Okay. Hopefully. What do you mean? Can I be heard? One second. I need to know if you guys. Oh my god.
Game with no ads. Impossible. Nah.
Guys, Royal Match ads. So annoying. Okay. What do you mean?
Hello.
Oh my god.
I guess.
This is a mess. Okay, wait, hang on. 1 second.
This is a mess.
Okay. You can hear me.
Okay, wait, hang on. 1 second.
Yay! Okay, anyway. So sorry. Ugh. Hi, welcome. This is, I was making sure that I could be heard. Oh, they left. Okay. That's fine. So, tomorrow, a new podcast episode is coming out. And it's, I talked about it in my last podcast episode. Guys, I look really asymmetrical without makeup. But anyway, it's a podcast episode that I kind of touched on in last week's podcast episode where my brain is not functioning. But okay, so last week's podcast episode was about a Reddit father that is very, very passive and very much so not in control of his own life, right? And he kind of went through life thinking that he couldn't do anything wrong and that his family would never leave him when that was never the case, right? And so that was never the case, right? And so in last week's podcast episode, I talked about how parents can sometimes inadvertently raise kids who just completely fuck up their kids. Like, it's really it's very sad actually. And yeah, it's just, what does this do? Okay, thank you. I'm playing around with the settings because I don't tend to use YouTube to live stream. I wonder if I can live stream with Streamlabs to YouTube, I mean, because I have been live streaming to Twitch whenever I feel like it. But I haven't live streamed to YouTube with Streamlabs. So I wonder if I can do that. how would I go about doing that, you know? Mm, Settings. Stream 2. Okay, hang on. Stream 2. Okay, I need to connect. I need to connect my YouTube. Okay. This one, please. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'll figure it out later. But yeah, so I don't have. What is virtual webcam? Virtual webcam allows you to display your scenes from Streamlabs desktop and video conferencing software. So like Zoom. Interesting. Okay. My scrolly thing on my mouse does not work. Oh, it sometimes works, but not really. Okay. Let me see. I wonder if, guys, I've been doing podcasts. Wait, that doesn't make sense. What is this? Oh, that's right. I deleted it. That makes sense. That one does not make sense. Show. No. Okay. Well, I'll figure it out. Hi. I'm just playing around with some settings. So I usually record my podcast episodes on Streamlabs, right? And that's where I also stream, but I need to connect my YouTube account to Streamlabs, and I haven't done that. So as soon as I start talking to the audience, they leave, which is really interesting. But anyway, as I was saying, last week's podcast episode was this is some behind the scenes footage that you guys do not get to see. I don't know if people know this, but I have been diagnosed with ADHD. And if you're watching like the playback of this, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I can see that. But okay, so as I was saying, last week's podcast episode, right? It was about that passive father. I actually have scripts right here. So I'm going to read through this. So it's I have all of my scripts right here. I wonder if I should do like a giveaway, like anyone who wants my scripts can be enrolled in that giveaway, and then I can just give them away. I don't know. But okay, so last week's podcast episode is about this father, and like I was saying, I kind of wondered, like, did the parents have something to do with the way OP's dad became, right? I say right a lot, so much. I need to stop doing that. But I have to have filler words. Like, it doesn't matter what filler words it is. I always use filler words. I have to stop doing that, but I can't. Also, my desk is a mess. It's a very big mess. But yeah, so I was wondering, like, do OP's dad's parents, the grandparents, OP's grandparents, have anything to do with the way that OP's dad was, right? And so I kind of touched on in the last podcast episode. This next podcast episode, the one that's going up tomorrow, is going to be about kind of the same, asking the same question. Like, what role do parents play when their kids turn out very susceptible to narcissists? And as I was filming the podcast episode, I came to the conclusion that the role that the parents of this OP played actually made OP's sister turn into a narcissist herself, right? But there are still some things that are red flags. Like the whole both parents, red flags, walking red flags. And I really want to know, I really hope OP updates um and tells us like what do you think your parents would have done had you not had an adopted sister? Like what would your parents have done if, because it's an OP who has two parents, and when she was kind of a child, she was an only child, right? And when she turned 9, her parents adopted a little girl who was traumatized. So my biggest question is, were your parents showing favoritism towards your sister because she had been neglected and traumatized? Or were your parents showing favoritism towards your sister because that's just who they are, right? And I kind of ask in the podcast, like, or I kind of say in the podcast, some parents are like this. Some parents, they choose favorites. They don't feel any qualms about having favorite kids. They will openly tell people, yeah, I have a favorite child, such as boy moms, right? Boy moms are a whole other phenomenon that I just can't, I mean, I don't I don't understand it. I don't understand boy moms. I wish I did, because then I would do an episode about it, right? And I would tell you guys this is what I think is happening with boy moms. Sorry. Don't look at me. Just listen to me, okay? But yeah, I mean, I do have some theories on why boy moms are the way that they are, but it's just theories. I personally am so thankful my mom was not a boy mom, okay? Because I'm the only daughter. So if she were a boy mom, that actually, if my mom were a boy mom, that would have been my first episode. I would have been telling you guys all about boy moms. Um, but since I don't have a boy mom, and since my grandma is a critical mom, I kind of talked about this. My grandma's a bit of a critical mom. Not a bit, a lot. That's why I chose male mom to for my first podcast episode. I need to stop pulling my eyes. I'm gonna get premature wrinkles. Oh no. But anyway, so yeah, this next podcast episode, only 2 pages of notes. But anyway, okay, so the reason why I'm doing a live stream is because I said when I was doing my watcher live stream, I said, like, I want to do more live streams on YouTube specifically. But I sounded like one of those cursive singers. But anyway, I wanted to do more live streams on YouTube, but like I said, YouTube is very funky with their live stream things. It's, yeah, I don't like the way that it works. I do prefer Streamlabs, definitely. But I exited out of that. So we're going to have to go elsewhere. Okay, also one question. I was talking about a completely different thing. Sorry, I'm sorry. I have ADHD. I know sometimes, like, especially with the rise of social media, people get more skeptical at other people saying like, "Oh, I have ADHD, I have autism," but like, no, I promise, pinky promise, I have ADHD. I do also have autism, pinky promise. It's not just me like saying, "LOL, I think I have autism." Haha. It's me like I actually have autism. What was I saying before that? Before I interrupted myself. Let me go back here because if I have a viewer, I won't be able to see. Okay, so yeah, so I was doing a watcher live stream. Okay, guys, I fear my volume is too low, but I was doing a watcher live stream and I deleted that live stream because I was showing things in the background that I don't really want showing. So you can't find that live stream anymore. You know what? I think I was wearing this same shirt, but this is a pajama shirt. And I was also streaming at night for the Watcher live stream. But in the Watcher live stream, not only did I talk about, like, oh, hey, Watcher kind of fucked up, but I also talked about how I wanted to do more live streams to keep you guys updated on like how my life is going, what I want the direction of this YouTube channel to go down. And in that in that live stream, I told you guys I want to start a podcast, right? And I didn't tell you what it was going to be about. I don't know what I said I wanted the podcast to be about. But I kind of, like I said in my podcast intro or my first episode, I said I want to have a podcast where I kind of go through like armchair psychology, right? And I just talk about different things. And because I've learned so much about psychology, I thought this would be perfect if I talk about what I've learned from psychology and I tell you guys, this is what I think is happening. I was also very inspired by Boats versus the World. Love her. If you guys know who she is, amazing. If you don't, you need to watch Boats versus the World, okay? So she really inspired me. And when I watched her videos, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can do this too. But it wasn't like I can do this too because I want to follow in her footsteps. It was I can do this too because I also relate to kind of Bose's story, right? Where the things she learned about psychology, she learned because she was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with the people around her. Me too, girl. Right? And so that's why I was like, you know what? I really identify with her. I really relate to her, and I think I could do something similar because we have similar stories. We I'm sure she also went down the like googling mental health like symptoms and stuff like that so that she could diagnose her family members or people around her like ex-boyfriends or whatever. um if you guys watched my emergency upload, which you weren't supposed to, okay, that was for Nick and Ryan only, but if you watched that video, these are the notes that I took. The right here, I don't know if I want to upload them to Patreon because I have been uploading my scripts to Patreon, which I have to do that right now. I want to get better at uploading things to Patreon before the time ends. You know what I mean? Because recently I've been really bad at uploading my scripts. Oh, this one has been folded. I'm sorry. It's going to be a little funky looking. I do want to get the scripts uploaded before, like, when I actually write the scripts and upload them then. That would be ideal. Mm. Hmm. Okay. I always edit the pictures before I upload them to Patreon because sometimes you can't really see my handwriting depending on where the picture was taken. So I want to do more things for my Patreon, but I know that I will not have the energy to do them. So I haven't done it, you know. Oh my god. My phone is not cooperating. Thank you. Okay. So these are being uploaded to Patreon right now. It is the $5 tier if you want to see my script for actually I want to reorganize that. How do I reorganize? What? Okay. There we go. Title next week's podcast episode. Oh, no, not next week. This week. Tomorrow. Okay. It's up on Patreon. So it's the $5 tier. If you guys are ever curious, I do have stuff uploaded on there. I'm also thinking I should upload my first Call of Duty video script. For those of you that are wondering, like maybe you stumbled upon my channel and you're thinking, wow, I really did not know. Oh my god, are you serious? You're maybe thinking, wow, I really did not know. What the hell? Sorry. What is this from? Oh, oops. Nope. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stop playing with my phone. Yeah, so if you guys are new to my channel and you're wondering like what is this Call of Duty thing? What can I say? I think Call of Duty Mobile is really great. Like the concept, the idea behind Call of Duty Mobile is great because it combines all of the previous Call of Duty titles. And so you can play whatever mode your heart desires. And you can also see previous operators from previous games that were maybe not given the attention that they deserved. Do you know what I mean? Except for the writers, they saw that opportunity and they did not take it, which is wild to me. It's really wild to me. That could have been a moneymaker for you. Are you kidding? You could have made billions off of that idea, but you didn't take it. You chose instead to kind of be a little bit racist, if I'm being honest, you know? Guys, this is all I talk about on my TikTok page. There's a lot of things that they could have done better, and I'm shocked that they didn't take that. And so yeah. I think I said in my first Call of Duty, Call of Duty Mobile. Really, the entirety of Call of Duty is like this, where, I never noticed this button. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna delete. Oh shit, I can't delete that. Damn it. Manage videos. Hang on. The entirety of. Let's see, delete forever. Thank you. Wait. So the entirety of Call of Duty at the moment is putting profit over art, as is every company, right? Every company nowadays only cares about the money. But you know what's funny is that they could have made more money if they focused their resources on the correct places. Does that make sense? Because, okay, let me walk you through a little bit of Call of Duty history. This is, oh yeah, okay, so I was saying, I think I said in my first Call of Duty video, Call of Duty mobile video, that this is where I got sidetracked because I was saying Call of Duty mobile. No, actually, the entirety of Call of Duty. So, anyway, I was saying in my first Call of Duty mobile video, I was saying that the reason why I'm kind of so, like, obsessed with Call of Duty mobile lore is because I have autism, right? And so, for those of you who are like, hey, you don't have autism, you don't look like you have autism, very unfortunately, I do. I'm my special interest is Call of Duty lore. Can you picture that for a second? I cannot stop talking about Call of Duty lore. That's crazy. But anyway, let me go back to what I was saying. Call of Duty history. Okay, so one of the more popular titles for Call of Duty, like as a franchise, is the Black Ops titles. Okay, and Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 has some of the more diverse characters. I really believe like they kind of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and 4 made a little bit of history in the Call of Duty kind of scene by adding so much diversity. Like not only was there a diverse amount of people of color characters, right? But there was also LGBTQ plus characters. And it, in my opinion, but I'm correct. In my opinion, it was revolutionary. Okay. And because the Black Ops titles were very popular, Black Ops 3 did really good. It sold really well. Activision had an opportunity to make Black Ops 4 so good. Okay. And the writers were in the writing team, they were working their ass off. And they were going to make a campaign focused on the multiplayer characters, which ended up being really popular, more popular than the Black Ops 3 campaign. And if you guys don't know, Call of Duty and their campaigns, they're like a big thing. So they were focused on writing the campaign, except for Activision higher ups came down and they said, hey, you know that timeline we gave you to complete the game? We're going to cut it in half. You have to release the game now. So there was no campaign. And thus, there was no campaign. And thus, the Black Ops 3 and 4 reputations were ruined. No pun intended, because there's an operator named Ruin. And Yeah. You know, if oh, sorry. I didn't mean to hit the mic. If I ever decide, you know what, I want to date men, I'm gonna come at them with I'm just gonna pull out like the receipts. So this is how Activision ruined Call of Duty. Do you want to hear everything? Do you guys think that person would be impressed or not impressed? Do you think they would call Do you think they would call me for a second date? I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, that is that is my special interest. So if you guys want to hear more, I'm free, You know those memes that are like, why would so if somebody kidnaps you, why would the kidnapper return you? Like what would be a topic that you would talk about that would annoy your kidnappers so much that they would return you? For me, Call of Duty lore. Call of Duty lore, how Activision messed up Call of Duty, etc. But this is what I'm saying, like to back to the point that I was trying to make when I got distracted. Um, Call of Duty, specifically the Black Ops franchise, would look so different and would be so much more, in my opinion, successful than it is now if Activision higher ups had focused resources into creating a good story for Black Ops 3 and 4. Does that make sense? But they didn't. And so now they're having to recycle Frank and is it Alex Mason? Can you tell I don't really care about Frank Woods and the Mason guys? I don't care about them. They're recycled. They had their story. They had their moment. Get over it. But this is why Activision chooses to recycle characters is because you people keep buying it, which is so like, guys, please ask for something better. Ask for a better storyline, actually. And the thing is, like, I don't even know what the appeal of them is anymore. I understood it in the previous games, right? I understood it back then. Nowadays, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. But it's the same thing with the 141 and Ghost and all those people. They're just recycling it. They've run out of ideas. But again, if they were to invest in because the campaigns and because the storytelling are such an integral part of Call of Duty and what made Call of Duty what it is now, the fact that they're not investing in campaign and storytelling, crazy, wild, insane. Do you not want money? I'm tying my hair up as if I'm going to work and as if I'm not going to sleep right after this live stream. But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, Call of Duty is one of my special interests. It's very funny because my brothers introduced me to Call of Duty Mobile. And at first, I was making fun of them because I was like, oh my god, you guys are like those frat boys, those like misogynistic men that play Call of Duty. They're not, right? But I was making fun of them. And then, it looked very interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie. It looked very interesting to me. So I was like, you know what? Let me play some Call of Duty too. And suddenly I'm like, they got bored of Call of Duty in a month. And in that month, I learned everything I could about the lore, the characters, the history. So if anyone tells me, like, if anyone ever, like, in my real life, if I ever run into someone and they tell me, you don't look autistic, I'm just gonna pull out, like, all the knowledge in this noggin about Call of Duty. And then I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna complain about the storytelling. You know what I mean? But anyway, if you guys have been on my TikTok, you guys will know that I have a theory. And me and my friend talked about this. But we have this theory, and it's pretty much proven, that the developers, and not the developers, but the writers and the artists, excuse me, that make the Call of Duty mobile comics are not only tracing for their art, but they're also using AI to create the story. And if you guys follow me on TikTok, you guys will know that I recently did a TikTok about this where I was saying, like, any writer worth their salt, any artist worth their salt would not use AI to create their stuff. I'm just saying, you know, it's not something that we would ever want to do. And the only reason I feel a writer or an artist would use ChatGPT to say, make me X, Y, and Z would be if they are on crunch time. That's my theory. Me and my friend's theory. Also, like, yeah, no artist who draws would ever, they would never trace their art and get the perspective all skewed unless they had to. Like, unless they absolutely had to. They would never do that. Oh yeah, I was also gonna say earlier, that I wonder if you guys would be interested in me creating a Discord server. Let me actually ask. Community, what's on your mind? Hello. Would you guys be interested in joining a Discord server if I ever made one? Question mark. Let me know. Smiley face. Oh, I can do I can do a poll. Yes. No. Okay, post. Perfect. And so now I just need to wait for people to vote. Which I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know if they will. Interesting. Oh, I misread I misread the post and I thought it was saying, like, would you guys be interested in joining a Discord server if I made one? Yes or yes. Which is not what I want. also on my new jeans video, I have 27 likes, 10 dislikes. I wish YouTube would bring back the dislike so that we could see, and you guys could see. Oh, she has 10 dislikes on this. Let me check the percentage. It's at 73% like to dislike ratio, which is not bad in my opinion, but the rest of my videos are 100% to 0% like to dislike ratio, So it's not bad in the grand scheme of things, but it is bad in the grand scheme of my channel. But anyway, okay, so the whole point of me making live streams is to let you guys know what's going on in my life, what I'm thinking of doing next, and things like that. But I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I'm thinking I'm not going to post a podcast episode for next week because I have no idea what I want to do. I used to have like a list of topics and I would choose from those topics, which is how you guys saw me like in last week's episode. You guys saw me saying, oh, next week we're going to talk about blah blah blah, right? And so I used to have like that list of things I wanted to say, but I don't anymore. I kind of know what I want my next episode to be, but I also want to build that list back up and start writing scripts for those episodes, and then that way I can just choose one and go. You know what I mean? But I also need to keep better track of what episode number this is, because when I upload my podcast episodes to Spotify, I'm always like thinking, what episode number is this? And so but I've only uploaded 1, 2, 3. I've only uploaded and the only episodes that are on my thing, it's just 3. It feels like so much more. But it was just Mayo Mom, New Jeans, the Reddit Dad, and the next week, OP's sister. Yeah, it feels like a lot more. So yeah, anyway, I'm thinking I'm just gonna take a break next week. When is my 1 month anniversary? Let me check that. Really? I'm taking a break on. Hang on. I gotta see this calendar. I'm taking a break 2 days before my 1 month anniversary. But yeah, I really need it. I've been really scared to take a break because I kind of fear that I'm not going to come back, right? And then I'm going to take a break and then I'm going to be like, oh, whatever, I'll just throw my podcast away. But I don't want to do that. But at the same time, like, I know I need a break because if I don't take a break, I'm going to get burnt out. And if I get burnt out, then I will actually abandon my podcast. And again, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to be taking a break next week. It's just going to be the 1 week break. And I'm telling you guys right now so that I feel guilty if I take longer than a week. You know what I mean? But in the week that I'm going to be taking a break, I'm not actually going to be taking a break. I'm going to be researching for different episodes that I can write scripts for. I'm very sleepy. And so with me saying that I'm very sleepy, I think I'm going to wrap this live stream up. But yeah, I do want to do more of these live streams, like I already said. But like I said, that live stream has been deleted. But I do want to make more of these live streams, just kind of update you guys on like how I'm feeling, what I'm gonna be doing, and yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be writing up some scripts next week. And you know what? Maybe I'm gonna film. Maybe I will film an episode or two. It's just a bit much with my job because I have a day job. Um, so it's a bit much. My schedule is gonna be a little bit tight, but yeah, I think I do want to get ahead of it, and then that way if I do need to take a break, I can just schedule and upload, and you guys won't know that I've taken a break, but I will know that I've taken a break. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm going to do next week. So that's why there won't be any podcast episodes next week, but next week I'm going to be taking a break. It's not going to be a break for me, but it's going to be a break for you guys. So next week there's not going to be a podcast episode. There's not going to be any kind of video uploaded. It's just gonna be me working behind the scenes. I might upload some bloopers to Patreon because I said in this most recent episode that's going up tomorrow, this recent episode and the one from last week, so many bloopers, so many things going on. So I'm going to upload some bloopers to Patreon, and then if you guys want to check my Patreon out, you will be able to see that. So next week, Patreon is going to get some content that YouTube is not going to get, hopefully, right? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah, that feels good. Maybe I'll do a community post and let you guys know, hey, there's not going to be a podcast episode for this next week. I'm sorry. But I really need to get caught up on, because I can't be feeling the stress anymore. I've been very stressed with my day job, and I just can't be doing that anymore, you know? I have to take a break, and I have to reduce my stress. And one way that I can do that is by having topics ready to go, to where I can just choose something, grab my little computer, go on over to the library, and film it, and then be done with it, right? And then, well, not be done with it because I still need to edit. But for the most part, be done with it. And then I can just edit, export, upload, schedule, and then, whew, you know. I want to have at least 2 episodes scheduled. And then that way, the week after next week, and the week after next week after next week, they that's not how you say that, but you get what I mean. They're gonna have episodes, and I'm going to not panic at the fact that I don't have episodes. So this camera is flipped, and it's being, I don't know, it's throwing me off. But anyway, that is it for this. I almost said that that's it for this podcast episode, but this is not a podcast episode. This is a live stream. So that is it for this live stream. I think I'm going to aim to do these live streams once every 2 months. When was the last time I made the live stream? Hang on. Oh, it was all the way back in April. Oh, that's right. Because it was when the Watcher thing was going down. You guys believe Watcher has not recovered from that? Actually, let's see. I was wearing a different shirt in that live stream, so that's good. But yeah, Matcha has not recovered from that, and that's very sad. Very sad indeed. But you know, what can you do? What can you do besides just push through? Nothing. So I hope they recover someday. And yeah, anyway. Do I want to say anything else? No, I don't think so, other than the fact that I'm really thirsty, so I really should end this live stream. But thank you to the few people who were here when this live stream happened and then left immediately. I'm sorry I'm boring. I actually don't think I'm boring. I think you guys are boring. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the new podcast episode, and then I will not see you guys next week. Yeah, that is all that I wanted to say. So, bye. Thank you for watching this live stream replay if you guys are watching the live stream replay. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.